My name is Spiner. This is going to be a beginner speedrunning tutorial for Eternal Engine. Eternal Engine is Tails' final stage in the run. Be the last one you'll be doing with him. At the start, you're going to hold a down right angle, and right before you hit the ground, you're going to hover and shoot those two, while wobbling between right and down right, like you can see on the input display there below. You can also alternatively jump and shoot them, but, hover is pretty standard. If you do hover too early, you'll notice that you won't shoot that guy. Just hold up left, jump, and shoot him in the face. And walk through this door. You can shoot those guys if you want. No real need. Hold up right and jump into that door. You might want to jump hover if your positioning isn't quite, direct on the opening. It should be a bit hard to get used to. As you approach this door, jump and hover. The reason I'm doing this, I think I might as well explain, is that jumping and hovering are both actions that Tails moves slower than just his normal walking animation. So because of that, when you're approaching these doors at full running speed, you'd normally bonk on them. But if we slow ourselves down a little bit, we can sneak through. You're going to go over here, jump in that corner, you'll hit the spring, shoot as you're rising, and jump over to this pulley. As you're rising here, you're going to want to hold an upright angle, and you'll notice that the screen will shake. This will mean Tails has reached the top of the pulley. And right there, that means you can jump and you can hover, and just make it over to that guy. Shoot him in the face, hold forward, and shoot that guy. You want to line yourself up here, as you can see, just about the end of this octagon, right about here or so. And that's about where you're going to be lining yourself up on these doors. Jump and hover in front of it, maybe a little bit more to the left, the inside of the octagon, rather. There is two. And then take that corner, jump for it, and shoot here. You can notice that there's a laser field coming ahead. You're going to want to go to the left. Don't get hit by that. That's not fast, and we're trying to go fast. Your line, jump in front of the door, shoot that enemy, go over here, try to shoot down the boxes. Be careful not to open two of those, because that's actually pretty slow. You can very much survive it, but it's definitely not optimal. Optimally, what you want to do is shoot the Chow box and then hop over the top. But if that doesn't happen, just kind of walk around the boxes, and then go this way. Then you don't have to jump in front of this door, because it opens sooner than the other ones. Because what, really activates the switch and proximity. And you're pretty close to it. So, walk over this way, shoot that guy. Jump and hover here, sneak in between the door. And here, jump and hover. You're going to want to jump off the front here and go backwards a little bit. And stand on this green pressure area, the green button. And then here, you can hover jump over to these platforms if you want. If you're not comfortable with that, don't do it, just kind of wait, like so. And you can even jump off of this one early if you want. But if not, just kind of wait, kind of jump and hover over here. And jump in front of this door. And you want to jump over this shadow on the ground there. This guy. It's not happening anymore because I hit the switch. But normally when you go into this shadow, the weight above will fall. So you definitely want to hover over that. And then hit the switch. Because if you don't, then you'll have to wait for this weight to rise all the way back up again. And then you'll jump onto there. Jump onto here. And jump forward. The checkpoint, move a little bit to the left, and jump in front of the door. And then you walk up to this guy and just kind of shoot him. Sometimes, a lot of the time actually, you won't be able to target him, and you'll want to punch him, which will kill him. Then you move over this way, and as you're walking by that guy, shoot him. This will prevent him from stretching his arms out and hitting you when you don't want him to. Walk around the laser field. You can shoot those guys if you want. If you're confident, you can hover jump up here. If not, jump over here and jump over here. Then you'll want to, just kind of wait on these cycles. If the balloon is here, I did destroy it a little bit earlier. You can actually hover over this way and shoot the balloon and try to make it. But it's probably better to just be safe. Now, coming up here, we actually have a trick. What we're going to do is we're going to hover over here. We're going to land here, right? And so, from here, we're going to want to do is we're going to want to hover and land in here. And when we land in here, we kind of want to hold a up, left angle and just kind of hold it. And you notice I didn't get it there. So if that happens, just jump your way back up here and try again. Hover, let go, up, up, leftish. I'm holding a little bit too far to the, or up, up, rightish, my bad. I'm holding definitely way too far to the right. You know, a little bit up and barely to the right, and you'll clip on through. There are some alternative methods to do this, but I personally find this one by far the easiest. I will link the tutorials for the other methods in the description, as well as a more in-depth tutorial for the trick that I just did, instead of just hover into it and do an up, left. It is also important to mind that you want to have the door opening as you approach the capsule that you clip through with. Then, you're going to continue to hold that angle until the camera fixes itself. At this point, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hold down right. You're going to hover. You'll notice a lot of people will hover to the music, just for fun. Actually, there's a lot of falling at the end of this level, so getting some of it out of the way early is definitely not a big deal. But there are visual cues that you use in the background to tell if you've fallen too low. One of them coming up is the bottom of this area, very edge of this wall. But you can also use these visual cues to direct yourself. It's not exactly downright. Right now what I'm doing is I'm aiming Tails kind of into, this general corner. That's what I'm trying to maintain. The way that I do that is that, I just kind of take him, and I'm like, okay, right down this way. There are various ways you can tell. A lot of people will shoot in the direction of that corner, but you don't want to go too far out. So you see in the background, mouse off the game, you see that thing in the top right. It's another visual cue to tell you that you're going on the right path. But it's still just a downright shot towards the goal ring. Notice here, okay, if you see this wall and you're kind of close to it, stop holding down right and hold straight down. If on the other hand you don't see this wall, and you know that the other bits of it have gone, and you don't see this tube, or this giant wall there at all, you know that you're probably way too far to the left, and you'll want to go up right. But chances are, you'll see this tube here. I accidentally used the save state tool there. And so what you want to do is that this tube has, these two colliding walls here. This one, and this one. So one that goes like this and this. And right in this corner here, it's kind of hard to quite tell, is where you're going to want to let Tails fall. And you'll land on this invisible platform here. There are two things you can do here. You can either fall to the goal ring by going like this, and then hovering back at it, and right here. And where you want to line yourself up with is this wall here. I'm not going to hit the goal ring this time, but you'll want to rub up against this area here. Another thing that you can do is you can just simply clip back through this tube. Just walk on through it, and you'll get to where the goal ring is, and you can do it normally. Personally, I do this method and just kind of take it safe. But another thing you can do is go back in, and the air should save you, and you can break this. This is an alternative method that if you don't feel too safe falling, then you can do this as well. So that's what that one looks like, and then you just jump on in. But this one, you just kind of, it looks like I'm falling off here. Just kind of go in. Oh heck. Oh, because I destroyed that. It looks a little bit different now, but you'd rub it up against that, basically, the back end of that. But because I destroyed the inside capsule, it looks a bit different. I'm going to actually go back into the stage and show you what that would look like normally. Just so you can have a better idea of what that would be visually, because it doesn't look like that at all. So let me load back in and use the save state tool to get there. So you'd fall off here and just kind of hover in this direction. So it'd be a down left, up into an up right. And you want to land right there. Just keep on hovering if you don't feel safe. And that'll also hit the goal ring. And that's Eternal Engine. A little bit of the tutorial, a little bit sloppy, I apologize for that. But if you want to see the other methods for clipping out of bounds for that trick, I'll link them in the description, so feel free to check that.